What is good, everybody? It is time for another Fair Shake review, and this time we're going to be talking about Warren Hugh and his album Boy of the Year. Now, I've been very interested to see what a project from Warren was going to be like after, seeing him join the 88 crew. Getting to hear a couple of his features and songs, like with like the being on the 88 Rising led soundtrack for the Shang-Chi movie, and then also I think he's been featured like on the second Head in the Clouds album, and then also just hearing him featured along with Rich Bryant, seeing him perform a little bit on the 88 Rising like online concerts too. I've been very interested to see what a full project would be like from him, because he's definitely a technically talented guy when it comes to his flows, and I think that was what made me excited to get into this. Boy of the Year starts off with this intro, chords and pressure, and it has him basically expressing how his songs are to kind of show his love for this girl that can't seem to love him in return, which has some pretty nice flows on that. Then it goes into 39, which is another really quick track, but this time it's like super punchline heavy, and I really love it. Then it gets into In My Bag, that features Toby Lou. Love me some Toby Lou, so I thought this collaboration was gonna be flipping great, and it is. And here they're just kind of talking about how they've been doing well on their own. They've just been in their bag lately and doing great. We get into, please excuse me, we get into Handsome. Here we have another display of Warren's flow, and it has some really interesting production, including the way it slows down at the end. But the sad thing is, it's lacking in the lyrical department. I like, even though his flow is phenomenal, I really wish the lyrical content the bar was raised quite a bit for this one. There's so much working for it, but I can't come back to it just because he isn't really saying anything or being as clever as I think he could be. Then we get into Issei, which is another track that has some incredible flows, and a very fun beat, but once again, the lyrics aren't that noteworthy, so I don't see myself returning to it. But then we get into W, which features Young Chris, and this time the flows are a little bit more melodic, and he also has a little better punchlines in this one, it's very much a vibe. I digs it. Then we get into Demo Star Ben Lit, which is definitely a very hard track, and I wish the lyrics were a little bit harder, but the flow on this, the delivery is so freaking infectious that this is one of the times where the flow is enough to get me past the lyrics. Then Run Away With Me comes next, which has an incredible beat and chorus, but the verses are they're just decent. And this one, he's just kind of really trying to convince this girl to run off with him. Then we get into Freestyle, Boy of the Year Freestyle number 1, and it's just another really short track. I mean, it just barely clocks in over a minute, where he's showing some more fast flows and some quick punches over some neat production. But once again, just lyrically lacking. You can't come back to it. Then OK Word is next, where he's just kind of flexing and expressing how happy he is to be with this dope girl. The cool chorus is really nice, but the verses kind of meander a bit, and that's where it loses me. And then we get into Jade, which is more of a pop rock inspired track, and he just kind of tries to reminisce with this girl in this song, and you know, it was a neat, you know, idea to try this style, but you know, that's about it. And then Boy of the Year is the final track here, where it's kind of a more kind of indie rock like track as well, where he just kind of laments, excuse me, he laments about the girl that kind of who doesn't love him back. It's still going back to that desire to have her reciprocate his feelings. But yeah, overall this is quite the mixed bag, and I feel like this is a good show of what Warren Hugh is capable of, and there's like a lot of potential that he has, but I just feel like him maturing and just growing up will, you know, eventually focus his writing a bit, and there are certain tracks, especially like the love songs, that kind of show how he can like write in a cohesive manner that stays on topic and can be pretty witty. But otherwise, this is more so a collection of great flows with very spotty lyricism. And the production overall is also pretty varied, and it has a very creative mix of styles that I do quite enjoy. I just wish that each track had a solid song tied to them. You know, I always say, like, if you know, if the beat is great, but the lyrics, the melodies and the lyrics don't just tie all in together, you don't have a great song. Otherwise, you just have a great beat, good melody, but it's not a full-on song until you get those lyrics to go on top of it. And he just kind of drops the ball on a lot of these for me. But he still proved that he's a person to keep an eye on, to see how he grows as an artist. So a lot of potential. Like I see him in the same way that Rich Brian started off. Like Rich Brian started off with a knack for flows and an ear for beats, but you know, there was still a lot of potential in creating solid lyrics to go along with all of it. And I feel like with time, Warren Hugh can hone that aspect of his craft a bit more. But yeah, that is just what I think. What do you guys think? Maybe I'm just old and tired and washed, and that's why I'm hating. But you can tell me that in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed hearing my thoughts, you can hit the like button. You can subscribe for more reactions and reviews here on the channel as well. I do also have a Patreon if you'd like to help support your boy, and help, you know, keep me creating this lovely, you know, material for you all to enjoy, and I appreciate those who are already doing so. Also, if you'd like to support the leader of the Muddy Cult blog, don't forget to look up Muddy Cult Miko to help her out as well, and we can keep this madhouse going. But yeah, until next time, y'all, that is all. Much love, peace, peace.